We'll just play it. I'll fix it to Rez in the next game. Rez versus LuiisP. Our second quarterfinal here on our channel. In the Feer Fest EU main event. LuiisP getting the invite. A high-rated ones player. He's also playing Wagon Wheels. Guys, the Wagon Wheels trend is here. And LuiisP's going to score with them. Up early. LuiisP, I'm not sure if we ever had him on our stream. He's been a top player for a long time. He's played on Johnny's a bunch as well. But now, his opportunity to play on the Feer stream in the Feer Fest. On the other side of the field, Rez, the player who has won the most recent Rocket League, big Rocket League 1v1 tournament. The DreamHack 1v1 was, the biggest prize pool, I think, that had a lot of players in it. I can't think of another big, just straight up 1v1 tournament in my head. I'm sure there are probably one. It's been a while since that DreamHack. But Rez looking really good. Qualifying into the Feer Fest main event as well without dropping a match. So, been playing really, really well recently. And, maybe a situation where, I haven't looked at the chat prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was very even, if not maybe even in favor of Rez. I mean, Rez has been playing really good Rocket League. And he certainly could be, favorited in this game. Rez should have some open field. Not the best touch off the wall, though. Had an opportunity to score as LuiisP dropped too far to his back wall. He's going to eventually get his goal here as he gets another nice 50. Can we get an end the prediction before Feer ruins the odds? Oh, did Louis have the majority of votes until I said it was nice and even? Rez, wall to air dribble flip reset. He looks really good on the flip reset off of this kickoff situation. We talked about this before, how players who love their air dribbles want to get in that kickoff spot that rolls straight to the side wall. Rez, that's kind of the only time that he really feels consistent, I think, going for those. Otherwise, we don't see him taking it to the air too much. Oh man, a delayed kickoff just worked beautifully. Rez, one step ahead so far. Oh man, Louis just smacking it straight into him. I give credit a lot to these players for being able to get reads on whether or not a kickoff is going to be delayed or faked. And to be fair, they do a really impressive job. This time, Louis does not recognize it at all. Just slams it directly into the delayed touch. LuiisP, nice launch and 50. Popping it to the air. Rez with a directly backwards challenge is going to have a really tough time. Not a bad idea to just force it right behind him. Rez shot from the wall. Sent away. Booming touches from both these guys right now. Rez is going to try and find a way to get a shot of that. I thought for a second he was approaching like he'd get a flip reset, but he decided better of it. Maybe he should have tried still, because the resulting touch is easily saved. They were doing a great job taking the immediate shot off the half volley. Rez gathering his possession in the corner. Louis staying close. Actually convinced Rez probably to take that ball away he wouldn't otherwise have done. We'll see if he comes and closes the distance again. Yeah, very likely. Rez this time having to come off the corner, tap that one away. I don't think that's what he wanted to do, but he ended up finding a great shot from it. A strong touch down the side wall, and he just sets up a double touch off the back wall that LuiisP can't get back to. Rez, this time, given some space to set up his dribble. He'll pop it early. He gets it above Louis. Needs the double to score it, and he does! Rez! Nice adjustment here. I think got slightly bumped by LuiisP. I almost want to freaking ban this goal explosion. I don't know about you guys. Maybe it doesn't bother you guys at all. But every time Rez scores, we get our head dunked underwater while we talk about what he did to score. LuiisP, flip reset. He doesn't use it. Instead, he jumps up to bump Rez away. I say he doesn't use it, but it's important that he gets it. If he just takes an air dribble, Rez can challenge easily. But with the flip reset, he has to sit and wonder, and that's what keeps him stagnant and bumpable as Louis takes him out of the net. Rez, another possession, closely pressured by the shadow defense of Louis, but he cannot capitalize on what was a good takeaway. And since he had no boost, Rez can strike on a power shot across the whole field. 6-4. This deep challenging from LuiisP has had mixed results so far. We've seen him with confidence come to shadow all the way into Rez's corner, a place that lots of times players are afraid to be at. It's hard to get a good bounce in your favor there. And Rez has done, a wide variety of ways to get it past him. LuiisP, the on-card dribble, just a great read of when the challenge was coming. Rez knew he could not afford to sit and wait. If Rez just stays in this shadow all the way to the net, it's likely going to finish off with a double jump bump or an air dribble bump, and it'll be nearly impossible to save. So Rez tries to turn early, and the only way he gets beat is if Louis has a great read, which he did. Just jumps it over past him. Potentially a fake challenge might be the play in those situations. Make LuiisP feel uncomfortable without having to go all in. Rez from the side wall. His flip reset to 50. Nice save to send it away. Not always easy to make sure the 50 comes out at an angle that's good for the defender. Rez in the corner of LuiisP this time as he searches for a way to score. That touch very intentionally set up more as a race to the corner boost. He wanted to keep Louis starved. He's got him starved right now. But a flick buys himself time to grab the 100 boost. So 20 seconds left to go. Rez going to tap the ball away. This will be one of the last opportunities, if not the last, for Louis. He needs to clutch it out, and he does! Crossbar down. The acceleration at the final moment. Rez picking up this back corner boost and just never stood a chance at making it all the way to the far post, especially with how perfectly it was placed. LuiisP, touch up the back wall. He doesn't want to go to overtime. He wants to win it. But now Rez with an opportunity. This is going to be a really tough angle, though. Not impossible, but tough. Overtime in game number 1. A close matchup, it seems, between these two players. Rez will be the first to have possession in overtime. Louis, clear away. Without a lot of boost. Must have just felt the pressure. He just barely gets his nose on that touch. Prevents himself from getting scored on. Able to pick up the 100 at midfield, but out of position is Louis, and Rez will score in overtime. Just letting Louis take that touch off the wall. You can see a little bit of panic from him as he wanted to prevent the Rez play. Rez realizing that he didn't need to worry about that challenge. And star wins the game, because this is why Rez changed his name in the first place. His full name is censored. Game number 2. So far, Rez with the very slight edge, having to take the win in overtime. LuiisP going to start game 2 with a perfect wall to air dribble setup. He uses the flip to try and go far post, and this is wide. Now himself on the retreat. Rez, a high bounce. He's jumping just to keep Louis away from it. And it's not going to be a great recovery from that. Louis can just dunk it off. 1-0. This is a really hard thing to do. That's why you see a lot of players just take that dribble and try and make something out of it. When you try and double jump and float behind it to, you know, threaten a play and force a 50 if they do come, once you hit the ground, it can be really hard to get the play going if you don't catch it perfectly. So you'll see lots of players just accept the fact that they have to go for an air dribble off that high bounce. Try and make something out of it because it may just be the best option. Rez, a touch very intentionally far away from the wall where Louis was. Made it hard for him to get out to take the shot, but he does, and he might score in the second attempt. Forced a tough save out of Louis. No boost and landing inside the net. Means he's going to be in a tough spot, and as he takes his trip out to grab pads, he leaves the net open. What are the wheels LuiisP has on? They're like wagon wheels. I don't know if they're... I think they must be common items. I can't imagine people paying for the wagon wheels, right? I assume they're just common items that were released. Rez. The flip reset gets it past Louis, but forgot about the part where he needs to also score it. That being said, he demos Louis. He just needed a quick goal, but he's going to double flip reset it instead of taking it straight to the net. Rez, a cheeky shot as LuiisP is trying to chase him down. He had no boost, so he needed to stay constantly moving, and he's still almost able to find a single jump to get the angle on the shot. LuiisP to the back wall. A soft touch to make sure he could follow it up. Rez missed at midfield, but taking LuiisP off the map is one way to handle that. Really strong touch to start this dribble. Rez wanted to get it to a shooting position as quick as possible to take advantage of the demo, but still wasn't fast enough. Goal line clear. Now LuiisP once again having to get a save where he falls into his net. That's right where Rez wants him. But Louis has more than enough boost. He picks up this corner. He's going to come for the ceiling to try and take Rez away. And even though he doesn't connect with the ball, he gets Rez to play it faster than he would have liked to. And he does not get a shot attempt out of it. Rez, fully stopped, is forced back into his own half to maintain possession. And it didn't seem like he maintained possession as much as he would have liked to. Louis back in control. An opportunity to shoot potentially early, and Rez knows it. That's why he's double jumping up to cut that off. These two fighting for control at midfield. Either one of them wanting to give an inch. Louis, though, should be coming out of this with a shot attempt. In fact, Rez going all in on the bump. Doesn't connect. As he went flying past the play, he knew his only shot was probably to just take LuiisP out of it. But he flips in front of it. Why would his full name be censored? I don't know. If Chad ever knows, maybe they can tell us. It may be a slur. It may be really close to a slur. Sometimes they just censor things they think are like you trying to get around the censor filter. A nice save. Louis, a takeaway for a third. I believe this is a flip reset shot save. And that leaves Rez completely alone in net. Ask him after the match. I'm not sure Rez knows either. I think I asked him. He said his name is Rez now. He says it's because the game censors his name, and I'm not sure he said he knew why. I think he said he also didn't know why. Yeah, the game does censor a lot of things. Like, the censor filter is super, super safe. They do their best to let, you know, like nothing through at all. So who knows? Rez at midfield with no boost. Not going to be able to come up to challenge Louis, but not the best dribble as he drops it down. Power shot from Louis. Interesting situation to take that power shot. It didn't seem like a time when he's going to really be able to catch Rez off guard. I mean, Rez was all the way back in his half. And when you have such an open field, usually You can do, you know, whatever you want, set up whatever kind of shot you think is best. Rez, quick shot off the kickoff on the tight angle. Likely needs something like that as the game winds down to not have the series tied up. Rez, a 50. Can he create an opportunity out of it? He didn't pick up that midfield boost. Mentioned it once, I'll say it again. As the game ends, boost control is so important. When you need to score fast, you almost always have to have the boost advantage. As soon as you lose out on a race, if you don't follow that up instantly with a score, like say the defender was diving, went for boost when they shouldn't have, that's pretty much the only situation. Otherwise, you just cannot make a quick outplay without more boost than your defender. One-one. A tied series going into game number 3. Game number 3. LuiisP technically having the edge in goals scored. Rez winning only in overtime by 1. But Louis winning by, I believe, 3 once the game ended. The last one coming in for free. Rez almost taking it too far out. He is just going to tap it in. Louis was not coming. He says sorry, but I mean, he could have waited 4 minutes, 47 seconds if Louis was never going to come. But I think he might have come soon. I don't know. How exciting of a game would have that been? 4 minutes and 47 seconds of Louis just saying, no, I refuse to come. I don't even care if it means I lose. Rez, power shots, and that is unexpected. It was a great bounce. Louis was expecting it to be taken to the air, so he's trying to pre-jump to be able to challenge it, and it was not an air dribble at all. It was just a booming shot on net, which makes his single jump look completely ridiculous. LuiisP taking Rez off the map. Killing the ball onto the top of his car for a on-car dribble, but flicks past the ball. Forgot to get anything on the ball. Rez, almost a nice fake and cheeky shot, but Louis saves it well and saves it hard off the backboard, which means it comes launching out to midfield. He just barely got it. It did that hit post? I think it might have gotten that perfect angle because it hit the underside of the post and just arced its way all the way out to midfield. Rez, all the space in the world. Louis gonna come in for a deep fake challenge. Forces Rez to touch possession away early, but the aerial shot is also saved. Louis wants an instant counterattack. Not gonna happen. Rez has done a really good job of getting back on defense. Certainly faster than Louis expects, because there's multiple times that he seems to think that he's reacted quick enough that his power shot will find its way in, and really it hasn't really been close. Rez has always been there. Nice 50 on the side wall. Rez, hard to win a 50 in those situations. We talked before about how it always seems like you can outpace that player on the wall when usually the quick jump off the wall will tap it past you. Not the case for Rez, man. He's up 4-1. Doubles it up with a kickoff goal. Louis, nice shot off the kickoff. He has a nice bounce. Pulls it up into the air dribble. Rez, you can see defending high, but it was a nice short air dribble. Instead of taking it to the moon, just gets the flip reset at around, crossbar level. And Rez can't get back down to the ground to put a solid save attempt on in time. Rez, aggressive dive for a boost. Gonna have to use all of that to get back and make his save. Jumping to the back wall to avoid the demo. Rez still in control. Louis has always been aggressive in this corner and doesn't seem to realize when he needs to get back. This time, though, he gets away with it. Just barely rolling off the post and out. Louis doesn't like this setup. It was otherwise a pretty good air dribble setup. Instead, he'll take it off the bounce. Rez able to save this one away, and easily. This is why you have to be perfect on offense. You cannot just take, you know, a fairly straightforward air dribble. He didn't have a lot of choice. He lands on the ground with 0 boost. So not much left in the tank to really make an outplay. But the result is a very easy goal for Rez. I mean, these defenders will make those saves, and they'll make them in a way that can take it right to the other side of the field with ease. Rez capitalizing on a complete mistake from Louis on the kickoff. 7-2. This one getting a bit out of hand. I just want to see what happened. Oh, he just seemed to flip late. Let his single jump get way too high in the air. Louis the slow roll at the shadow defender. A nice safe option to take, especially on a tight angle. You put a strong shot on, trying to search for the far post, and that shadow defender can usually save it with a lot of power, but if you just let it slow roll to the back of their car, sometimes they'll make a mistake, and at best, it is very, very low risk. Louis the demo, Rez. Not a save. It's not a save. He tried to get a real soft save. He's hoping to be able to follow it up, because a strong touch to the backboard will just instantly get doubled in by Louis. I mean, it'll not even really be worth a save if he doesn't get 2 touches. And he knows that, so he's touching it as soft as he can to try and pinch it with the backboard. But he touched it just a little bit too soft and just let it fall right in. Rez, great 50. I'm not even sure he felt like he was going to get a scoring opportunity out of this, but he didn't get the read off the side wall. This demo is too far away from the net to get a scoring opportunity from it. I wonder if Rez realized Louis had no boost, because he turns and dives at him. I don't think he needed to necessarily, because not a lot that Louis can do. You know, a nice chip to the left or right and then a power shot was not a bad option when you have low boost. But something that if Rez had just headed straight to the goal line, it would have been a very easy save. Louis within 2, 1:30 left to go. Rez absolutely blew this game out of the water, it seemed, when he went up what I think was like 7-2. Since then, momentum has shifted back. Louis picking up that back corner boost. Nice flip reset shot. Rez on the back wall. Cannot affect the play. Louis got these really good flip reset dribbles that start really close to the net. He hasn't been going for the monster full field ones we see from guys like Joyce in the previous match, but around the net with small chips, just a quick grab of the flip reset. That's all you need to get it past that defender. 7-6, long shot. Can Rez get there? He cannot! We've been talking about how Rez has been doing such a good job at getting back in time before the LuiisP long shots can make it past him, but that midfield boost was not there for him. You see him take a slight detour on the retreat to pick it up, and there's nothing there for him to grab. So 7-7. Not only is it a tie game, it looks like there's a great opportunity for LuiisP to go up. 8-7. I swear it was 7-2. The Rezears bettors in chat probably patting themselves on the back, feeling good about their 2-1 lead. Louis says no, never giving up on a huge run right now. Rez, a nice chip above. This is not the first time that a deep corner challenge hasn't worked well for Louis. I mean, he has been trying his best to find something deep in this corner, but he can't quite seem to do it. Rez once again going to steal boost. Very risky play. You have to get a good read on whether or not the other player can get to midfield, turn around, and just pace you before you even make it back. But Rez has not been punished either time, so he's done a good job of knowing when it's possible. 8-8. The clock winding down. Rez, he's going to retake the lead. 9-8 with 7 seconds left to go. A touch off the back wall from LuiisP. And he lets Rez take it on the open field. Rez launch out to midfield. Luis going to be able to catch it. And Rez doesn't have any boosts, but he'll just pressure it right away. Tap it to the ground. Rez, the Rez fans knew all along he had it all the way. A 2-1 lead in this best of 5. Game 4. Rez and LuiisP. Which, by the way, could be LuiisP? You're supposed to say the S? I've just been going all in with no S. And everybody in chat in the YouTube comments who knows it's LuiisP has been freaking out. Yes, he's Spanish? Oh, look at that. Look at that, chat. We've just been not saying yes. All right. All you YouTube commenters who typed that earlier in the series, I figured it out before the series even ended. LuiisP. Oh, chat. It's been so bad. Anyways, now that I've got his name right, he's on fire, scoring the first goal of game number 4. Like Lewis? Wait, you think, is it really like Lewis Hamilton? So it's not even, but there's 2 eyes. It can't be Lewis. Or is it? Seems like it'd be Luis. A nice flick in a second. Okay, you're joking. All right. All right, thank you. All right, chat. Enough talking about the names. We're going to go with Luis. I think I probably should have been Luis all the time. And we've given him extra power. Up 2-1. Rez, a nice outplay. And a first. What's with these wheels? Why are they so speedy? I know, dude. Recently, some top players have discovered that the wagon wheels are completely overpowered. Luis, a nice bounce dribble. Easy to get a strong hook shot off those. Tries to find the tight angle as well. Rez saves it away. Can't get the boost, but he's bought himself more than enough time. He's not going to take his time, though. Instead, he's just going to stay on the back wall, try and turn a shot attempt out of it. That seems incredibly risky. And it's easy to say that with 2020 hindsight. Of course, I ended up being right. Luis takes it away. Taps it in for a third. Luis, immediate shot off the side wall. Was never really going to have a chance at scoring that, and this is why you maybe just want to decide not to take those. Rez will catch it and take it immediately to a dribble straight down the other side of the field. Rez has had really good, save and counter recoveries when anything but a perfect shot comes out. You can't just throw some of those shots you see people casually throwing because they feel they have no other option. They say, it's better to shoot than to not shoot. I'll just tap it towards the net and go from there. You cannot get away with that. That is a pass for defenders like Rez. And he has proved that time and time again. Anything other than a solid shot, he will immediately score on your net. Rez. See, that's not a bad shot attempt. I mean, Luis is going to do the same thing to him, but at the very least, he made it so that it was going to cross the net high. You can take these shots, soft shots sometimes, and get away with it as long as it forces the double jump on the save, which should delay the kick or the return, the comeback. But Luis just played it perfect. Got the double jump save and dropped it right in front of himself with a counterattack shot. Luis, the on-card dribble, the fake. Where did our boy Rez go? He is flying by the fake. We're going to make him watch it again because we're so mean. Oh. Five, 5-3. Chat thought they just might get their game 5. I have a feeling we could be seeing it. Of course, long way to go, though. 1v1, 2-goal lead. Might as well be tied. Rez, a high lob. Actually surprised he came up to this one. But it's going to work out for him, so I shouldn't be. Not a lot of boost. I thought maybe he'd just, bait Louis into wasting some to come up to make a play. But Louis did not fully commit. Luis, that is, did not fully commit to getting that clear. You can see he double jumped and just went to tap it with the top of his car, which meant he was going for a really, really soft clear. If he had fully committed and went to bang it away, I think he actually would have been able to punish Rez. But instead, Rez getting his 4th and getting his 5th. Like I said, 2-goal lead, guys, 1v1. It's basically tied. Now it's actually tied. It's not Luis. Wait, Virtuoso telling me it's not Luis without an S? Or it's not Luis? Please enlighten us. Luis? I'm confused. Chat. The guy from Navi. Rez, he got the flip reset. He used it to actually accentuate the bump. He flipped into the bump instead, and somehow he still didn't demo him. Great bounce dribble. Hook shot fake. You love to see it. Yeah, Rez gonna give him the nice one. This is such a dangerous shooting position. You can almost guarantee the defender is gonna try and pre-jump cover every angle. So getting away with the sneak underneath. Rez, too slow to get his dribble started. Luis says, I'll take that. Luis's possession play, taking the midfield and back corner. Rez doesn't have a lot, but with a minute left to go, he's not willing to give space. I say that, he finally does. After picking up a bunch of pads, he decides, nah, never mind. I'll just go all the way back. Rez creeping out. Not much of a fake, though. Just approaching into his shadow defense. Luis has been on offense for the past few minutes, and he just got himself a 2-goal lead. Rez couldn't handle the defense for long enough. Maybe it would have been better off challenging Luis when he had the ball on the orange half. Rez just let him bring it all the way back. 50 seconds on the clock. Rez did not get a good start to this kickoff. Heading back to his half once again to pick up boost. Rez, a decent clear. Trying to pre-jump off the wall. Get a touch. Maybe bait Luis into making a mistake. But right now, Luis is not. Oh my goodness, what a save. Just pinching everything but the last pixel out of the net. Luis, he is still on offense, though. I mean, it's as good as Rez's defense is right now. When you're down 2, you have to be making crazy offensive plays, not just preventing yourself from going down 3. And Luis will eventually get there. 8-5, Chad. It is going to be a game 5, it seems. Although, it is 18 seconds, and we've seen crazier so far in the Feer Fest. That 50, though, should do it. Luis, open field, 9-5. Game number 5 coming. Who do you have, chat, in game 5? Luis coming off a win. Rez had the momentum before. Joyous versus LuiisP for rematch. Did they play recently? Rez still in it. Don't count him out. This could go either way as we head to game 5. You make 9-5 sound like a close game? Listen, what was it? Chat, can somebody inform us what it was for Toxic versus Nisaron? Is that what it was yesterday? That game seemed very over. I can't remember what the scoreline was and how much time was left, but I feel like it was even more ridiculous than this game right here. Game 5. It all comes down to this. An opportunity to go up against Rezears in the semifinal. One player continues their journey. One is sent home. Luis will be the first to score as he goes up 1-0. A nice dunk. This ball won on the kickoff to that side wall, right in a spot where both players thought they could win the race. Luis was right, though. Rez stealing the back corner boost. Not able to protect the midfield or his own back corner, though, and Luis will send him flying. Rez says, wow. Nice one. I think the nice one was a recovery. I think the wow was a gut reaction. He gets sent away, and it's just like, wow. And he's like, all right, I don't want to be salty. Throws the nice one after. That's my that's my psychoanalysis, chat. Luis, strong touch out of the corner. Gonna have a hard time following it up. Rez flying high, trying to keep Luis off the ball. We've seen him do that multiple times, where he feels like he needs to come up in the air to pressure the ball to make sure he gains a possession, and Luis never really falls for anything like that. Always just waits for it to come back down. Ends up getting a takeaway more times than not. Luis on an open net, 3-0. Wagon wheels and bubble boost. You just throw them on, and you will instantly be a top 100 player. Luis cutting underneath Rez. A reset. Inches from the ceiling. Try to take it low. Rez, great defense. You have to give Rez some credit on what is a really nice save. That shot can go anywhere, and we see loads of great defenders not being able to get back down to save it low, but Rez does. The aerial shot, the tough angle, and this is what I was talking about. When you try and take those tough angle shots, the clear is always a booming clear. So if you don't get the shot, you are ending your possession. So sometimes you'll see the players, not even take them, try and go for those slow rolls, things that are guaranteed to give them more chances if it doesn't work. Rez, too strong of a touch past the net. Might be able to find a quick shot here, though. Luis, great recovery to send it away. Cost him his life. Rez, I'm surprised he even went out for this boost. Seems like he would have had a better, quicker shot if he had stayed around. He went and got the midfield. You could tell he didn't make it back in time to get a good shot. Rez with lots of field space, though. What is this missed touch on the back wall? If Luis gets a goal from this, that would have been very tilting, I'm sure. But Rez, back where he wanted to be in the first place. A dribble straight down the field. The reaction time too slow to the Luis challenge. Rez, nice flick and catch. Just pulling it away. Gets the flick to lob the ball above Luis, forcing him back on defense. He's got a rush. Stays grounded. Rez knows he can catch it again and cut it past. Took Rez a while to get some offense going, but not the end of the world. Only letting 3 in before he gets his first. Luis playing so fast right now. Rez, I don't think he had a lot of boost to try and get the clear away. Did it with the very little he had, and it was not enough. Rez, delayed kickoff. Cheeky play, I like to see it. I love the mix-up of the kickoff. You guys know this, especially when a player needs a little bit of a spark to get back into a game. Very smart to stay one step ahead. Rez, the early shot. He needed a stronger attempt than that. That was never going to make it past the defender. But now he's got Luis diving in way too deep. Rez should have the angle. It's not going to be easy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is going to be easy. Thought maybe it was going to be deeper in his half. But no. scoring on the open net with ease. This 50 killed completely. Luis on the reverse. Rez now going to have corner boost. And a high play. Luis drops to the ground. Rez will dribble it over him. And it's a tie game with 1:33 left to go. Rez had a tough start to this one, but he comes flying back. We've seen so many of those flip resets take it to the ground and pinched to go low. And Luis knows that. And especially with how little boost he has, you know, it's not a bad risk to take. Just assume he's going to go low, try and defend, maybe get away with one. But no, Rez executes with perfection and takes it high. 4-4. Luis to touch it to the corner. Playing with a boost disadvantage right now. Trying to be as patient as possible. And now he's got an opportunity to set up a big dribble if he wants. And he will. He's going to go the whole length of the field. Luis looking for the 50 on the goal line. He kills the ball down and he gets the 5th. A great play here. Pulling off the ball with the boost at the final moment. Getting those wagon wheels in front of the ball. They do such a good job of stopping it, and he just drops it with no momentum straight to the ground. 5-4. Luis with the lead and won the race to the midfield boost. This is huge. Rez didn't want to get off the ball. He knows he's playing from behind, but a great recovery. Rez, can he keep this out? He will. Both of them on very little boost. Luis deciding it's not worth the risk. He has the lead. Rez still with nothing, though. A great bounce here in midfield. What was that from Luis? He's just flipping around like a madman, no? Oh, he thought he had an opportunity to get that read off the wall. He felt like he needed to get a touch, and then after he had jumped, he realized way too late that he was nowhere close to getting a play. 35 seconds left to go. A good kickoff for Luis. He's going to try and find the tight angle, and he does. Rez maybe reacting a little bit late. I wasn't sure if Luis is going to take this. But even with zero boost, it might not have mattered. Rez likely not able to be able to cut that off. 6-5. Luis right back in control. Delayed kickoff from Rez. I'm not sure if that was on purpose, though. It seemed like his approach was weird. Luis falling from the skies. Going all in on this shot. Rez gets the save, and Luis is going to die. So now Rez, an opportunity. He's just going to long shot it immediately. Luis can't get there. Rez tying it up. That was a bit of a risk from Luis, taking the air dribble. Known to be one of the riskier 1v1 plays. And could not respawn and get back in time. Rez, delayed kickoff, staying grounded. Popping that out to a really good spot for Luis, though. Now he's going to be forced onto defense. Luis, the slow play, and then the pop, a 7th. These guys scoring like crazy in the final moments. Neither one of them wanting to go to overtime. Rez couldn't decide when he wanted the challenge, and he picked the worst time. 8 seconds left to go. Rez not mixing up the kickoff at all. He's just completely stopped. He didn't get control, and he just gave up because of it. He was going to have a really hard time stopping Luis from just carrying it away. But LuiisP gets the dub in 5. GG's from both these guys. Luis will move on.